I cannot do it by myself. But yeah, basically, take over, Lord. That's the kind of mentality you should have. Do me long, do me long, do me long, do me long, do me long. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If it is your first time here, hello king, hello queen. Not my phone trying to steal my spotlight, honey. Anyway, if it is your first time here, thank you so much. If you're a regular, if you've been a loyal, a subscriber, part of the family, thank you so much. And if you have not done the right thing, you know what to do. Subscribe. It's free. It's free. It's free. If you're wondering why I look like this, it's because I'm trying to get ready for church and this flashlight is like so in my face. So I'm going to be looking there in the mirror so that I can see what I'm doing. At this point, I really just want to switch it off because I think I focused too much on it and now I can barely see the mirror. So I'm having hot water and honey because I'm trying to get my voice right, child. And in the process, I'll just be doing a get ready with me, you guys, because I am on my way to church. Well, not on my way. I need to be on my way to church. So this is going to be a quick one while we talk, okay? It's been a long time coming and I haven't been on my channel, so excuse how I look. But obviously, in Nizobonamos, you know how it is. You know how it goes when I'm done. Right, let's get into today's talk. You know, it's a CCGRWM, which means chit chat, get ready with me, for those of you who do not know. So, this is gonna be very, very tricky. I think I should just move my mirror, yeah? Let me just do that. I hope it looks clean on your side. If it ain't, child, it's a mirror, okay? It's not supposed to look very clean. This is where I put my products sometimes. But anyway, enough of the explaining. This is gonna be a quick one, guys. So I've obviously been away. Last week I wanted to vlog, but you know, I just didn't have the time for it because I was so busy. I was at a youth congress for at church for the youth, yeah. So that's basically what I was busy with. I didn't have much time to vlog. And I don't think time would have allowed anyway because of the way things were. And to make it worse, like my voice was just jajaraking on me. So it is what it is. At that point in time, I needed to do what I had came to do, all right? So yeah, guys, okay. Now, I just want to touch on keeping your peace in church or keeping your peace as a Christian. Whether you're a girl or whether you are a guy, it's very important, you know, to know what to do, when to do it, what to say, when not to say it. Because, guys, as much as we are in the church space, child, not everybody is on the same level. Not every is in like spiritual level, you know. Not everybody is saved. Okay, everybody's still trying to reach the hem of his garment, you know, and trying to be a better person. So with that obviously comes change. And you'll find that as much as it's a safe space, but there are a lot of us who still have to deal with people who feel like it's just okay. I'm using the Yardley setting spray. Love this hand. It smells so good as well. Who still feel like it's okay to just pass their opinions to you, on you, about you, and they don't even know you. Ciao. They don't even know you like that. But you will find them passing down their judgments on you. For what reason? Hangazi. And you will find a lot of people also just misquoting you, you know, misinterpreting everything you do and say, trying to push their own narratives, of course, you know, trying to push their own narratives on you and about you, you know. And I've dealt with that a lot. Most of the times I deal with it very often. But I think people tend to think if you're in a certain leadership platform in church, or if you're in a certain spotlight or whatever. You have to do things you have to live by the expectations. Can't you know? Everybody is called into their office, into their leadership role for a reason. Everybody is given a responsibility for a reason. It is God who has entrusted them with that. And how do we then as church folk get to a point where we now start dictating based on our expectations of what people should do? And the reason why I started off by saying it's not everybody that is on the same level as you spiritually, and that's okay, because the Christian walk is a journey, guys. The Christian walk is a journey. It's not the easiest of thing. I know even right now, probably if you are Christian, or if someone is Christian on this platform and watching this, they'll be like, oh, how she be talking about Christian life and she's putting on makeup? Child, I'm wonderfully and fearfully made. I am here to enhance what God gave me, okay? And I have not been sleeping. I need to cover up and conceal my eye bags. Thank you very much. All right. So it's just those things that you know, how do you get to a point where you can actually keep your peace, you know? Because keeping your peace is not the easiest thing to do, because you might think that you're keeping your peace, yet other people are interpreting it as you ignoring them or you being rebellious. Personally, if I can just tell you guys, Mina, I was at a point where I was so frustrated by certain things, to a point where I just didn't want to stay too long in church, because I asked myself, what am I talking to who about, right? I came what I came to do, okay, and that's enough. They're like, surely that's enough. Why must I, you know, continue and be in a space where I know a lot of people have a lot to say? And I think everybody goes through that. There are people that also will go out of their way to really just try to make your church experience very unpleasant, you know. For example, you could be choristering and people will have the audacity to blurt out comments. And by choristering, I'm sure if you guys are familiar to my channel content, I have posted videos of me choristering in church. You'll find people who actually have the audacity, child, to blurt out comments on what you should do. You'll find people on social media commenting. Firstly, it is so immature and so rude to judge how things were conducted or how things went from an online platform, because sometimes you have to be there to actually know the vibe and actually know how things sounded like. But you'll get people, you will get people who will have comments who will actually have a lot to say based on what they are seeing. And also, sorry guys, it's my translucent powder. All right, I can't necessarily put it on a sponge because it's just gonna be messy, so I opt for a cylinder thing that I can just pour it on. So you'll get people, child, who will just, you know, come through and you know, have comments and they weren't even there. So keeping your peace is something for me that's very, 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 I've had to learn to be quiet, even though I possibly have a lot to say. And the funny thing is, it's usually people who were not there, number one, who feel like they should say something. It's people who would have wanted maybe that platform that you're on, you know. And it's obviously people who also feel like they would have done a better job, you know what I mean? But at the same time, when I talk about keeping my peace, I'm just at that point in my life where I'm like, I'm done responding to certain things that really don't help me in any way. I'm done responding to people who are loyal to their perception and understanding of who I am when they don't even know me that well. I talk about this because I've also had a lot of friends within, the church, not even just my church, like a lot of us churchgoers, I think will have similar experiences. There are just some people who are, how do I put it, who are going to be very loyal to their call for ruining your name, ruining your reputation. And if you really sit and ask yourself, Wuti, why so much energy in this? Why take your time? Why take so much time trying to, ruin my name, trying to be relevant? Because that's another thing. Actually, that is the thing. Some people, if you have arguments with them, you need to decide if you really want to have certain arguments with some people, because some arguments, they're not worth it, because you are fighting a matter of people wanting to be relevant over things that aren't even about them. And when I say that aren't even about them, it's everything that we do in the church is for God, about God. So who am I, child? Who am I to come to a person like that and decide that I'm going to, say what I feel should be done according to what, really? According to what? And the sad thing is that half the time you are so busy minding your own business, you don't even have time. You don't even have time for all of that. Oh, but when people are so committed to that agenda, they will pursue it. And another thing that I've learned is that it's very important to keep your peace, because you don't know what spirit you're entertaining. You don't know what spirit you're actually responding to. Because I refuse to believe, in fact, it is a fact, that a godly spirit will not conspire against you, will not work so hard to ruin you, because everything that is godly is peaceful. Everything that is godly is meant to empower, and so when you are now finding yourself in a space where you need to constantly explain yourself, no, that's when you would have now welcomed a whole lot of you would have opened up a can of worms. So I this is just a short one to say, you know what, man, as much as we can have a lot to say about a lot of things in our churches and about a lot of people in our churches that are possibly not living right, that are possibly not doing right, it is always up to us to ask ourselves before we say something, before we respond to something, that how is this going to help me in any way? How is this going to make me a better person in any way? How is this going to make the other person feel? And how is this actually, what is the point of it? What is the goal of it all? Because when you finding yourself at a point where you're constantly responding and being affected by what other people say, then you have now shifted your focus to your godly assignment. And God doesn't want that for you. God wants you to be fruitful, abundant, and be joyful, especially in his place of worship. But now, in the days that we're living in, we have people who constantly choose to make a place of refuge a place of controversy. So sometimes we don't keep our peace, we don't keep silent because we don't have anything to say, but it's because we're understanding the spirit behind the person that is talking. And I am at no point about to explain myself or about to respond to something I cannot identify with. Peace for me is a fruit of the spirit. So if anything, comes against that, it is not of God. And that's just basically my stand. So I've just literally put on my lashes because I just saw the time and I am late. You guys are probably wondering, why am I going all out today? Because I just feel like it. I just really feel like it. I just really, really, really feel like it. So that's my hair. I've already laid my edges. So basically, guys, what I'm getting to, what I want to say is that, we always say that being the bigger person is the best thing to do. Absolutely. I am still for that. I still believe in that. And I still really, I still practice that. It's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh no, it's no. And the thing is, another thing, I'm not sitting here and talking about something that is far-fetched. I'm talking about something that is so real, that is so possible. If only you just teach yourself silence. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Once you understand, your spirit will also tell you that no, this is not the right spirit to respond to. It's not everything that people say about you that you should fight or that you should respond and say. Also, most of the time people just project it. People generally just project their insecurities, how they feel, and it's okay. Allow people to be who they are. Allow people to misunderstand you. Allow people to to just keep showing you who they really are, because we're gonna be fighting this battle for the rest of our lives. So long as you are still alive, there are bound to be people who are just like that. I'm using this banana powder from Signature now. They are just people who are assigned to just always take you down. You'll meet them at every level of your life. They will always be there. They will always be there. But it's how you respond that sets you apart from a lot of things and from a lot of people. In my life, like I said, I've always been misunderstood, misquoted, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to interrupt what God is doing in my life today. I don't want to entertain the wrong spirit that God is not sending for me right now, because the minute I entertain that and I lose my focus on what God is doing, I am losing sight of what is coming for me. Come on, somebody. I cannot do it by myself. But yeah, basically, take over, Lord. That's the kind of mentality you should have. That's the kind of mentality you should have. Allow people, man. Allow people to be themselves, to show you who they are, to keep showing you who they are. In life, you will meet the right kind of people who will, see you for who you are. And it's those people. I recently posted on my Instagram. If you're asking why I'm doing this, it's so that my makeup sets. Gosh. I recently posted on my Instagram that focus on the people that God sends in your life that are kind. It's those people that you really need to, embrace in your life. It's those people, those are the silent whispers of wisdom, of love, of kindness, and of the Holy Spirit that say you're worthy of love, you're on the right track, you're doing the right thing. So I'm gonna get ready right now. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed our chit chat, and I hope it wasn't too long. If it is, I probably have trimmed out certain parts because I think like I might have been repeating myself. But bottom line, don't respond. Don't always respond. Don't even try to live to people's expectations. Be who you are. Own your throne. Love yourself. Respect yourself enough, and respect the journey that God has for you and what God is doing for you and where God has placed you. And understand all of that before you even begin to open your mouth. My lips, I haven't done my lips. Before you even begin to open your mouth on anything, be of an understanding that it's not everything that is for you that you should respond to. I want to wrap this up with lipstick, child. Hold on. Okay. So, where was I? Not everybody's going to love you. Allow them not to love you. It's okay. When Jesus came into this world, child, he wasn't trying to, self-face. He was being who he was. He was a child of God. He was the son of God. So, you being the child of God, out here being desperate for people to like you, that ain't right, sis. That ain't right, king. That ain't right, queen. Let's just focus on the right things that are for us and are meant for us. And that is how you do a face beat. Now, you go and you enter there. You go and you get your praise on. You go and you get your Holy Spirit vibration on. Escalate. Come on now, somebody. I cannot do it by myself. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys next time. Thank you. Now, like and subscribe, okay? Subscribe. I cannot do this by myself. I need you guys. Come on.